Hi, my name's Jacques Voorhees. I'm the CEO of Icecap, the company that offers diamonds to investors via non-fungible token technology, or NFTs. In this series about diamonds and diamond investing, I want to zoom out and cover something a little different. Specifically, let's talk about diamonds and social responsibility. Not surprisingly, those people who create diamonds synthetically, sometimes called lab-grown diamonds, love to bash natural diamonds for a variety of sins. Obviously, they're trying to make their own synthetic diamonds look better by comparison, which is understandable. Synthetic diamonds drop in price every year, whereas natural diamonds generally increase in value at least over multi-year time periods. So while investors, for this reason, would have no interest in synthetic diamonds, it should be clarified where natural diamonds stand on a social responsibility scale. I could write a book on this subject, but instead I'm going to provide some quick bullets that are the main things you need to know. I'm going to cover three issues, which are the big ones when it comes to diamonds and social responsibility. One, so-called conflict diamonds, what the term means and what the situation is today. Two, diamond mining's effect on the environment. Three, diamond mining's effect on laborers in that industry. Conflict diamonds, sometimes called blood diamonds, was a phrase born out of the Sierra Leone Civil War, which lasted 11 years and ended in 2002. It was an extremely brutal war, and the rebels were an especially brutal people. They were effectively a terrorist army, ravaging around the countryside, scaring the hell out of everyone. They'd swoop into a village and not only commit atrocities to the residents, like cutting off their arms and legs, and sometimes engaging in cannibalism, but they'd loot everything in sight. That would include rough wood, cocoa beans, aluminum ores, and yes, sometimes diamonds. They would sell this loot, often to the corrupt government of nearby Liberia, and often exchange it outright for more weapons. Thus began the narrative that certain diamonds were somehow fueling the Sierra Leone War. In other words, they were conflict diamonds, responsible for bloodshed. Because I cared about the subject, I went on a fact-finding trip to Sierra Leone in early 2002, about a month after the war ended. I was there a week, and it was quite an experience. I talked to government officials, groups representing the interests of the miners. I even spent one day working in the alluvial diamond mines themselves with a pickaxe and a shovel. I visited the amputee camps, and I talked directly to those who'd suffered at the hands of the rebels. I learned a lot, but here's the bottom line. Did some of those diamonds that were looted by the terrorists help the terrorists buy more weapons? Sure. Everything they looted did, including lumber and bauxite ore and cocoa beans. But it's very odd to suggest that these diamonds were themselves somehow culpable. The amputees who lost arms and legs to the terrorists didn't blame the diamonds or the cocoa beans. They blamed the rebels. I know, I talked to them. Be that as it may, the world diamond industry decided in 2003 to put a stop to this problem that had actually already ended and implemented a system called the Kimberley process. The Kimberley process now tracks all rough diamonds from the mines to the cutting centers and ensures that none of them ever pass through the hands of a rebel army. So after the Sierra Leone War ended 20 years ago, the conflict diamond problem disappeared, and the Kimberley process was put in place to ensure it would never start up again. Anyone who today mentions conflict diamonds is talking about a problem that no longer exists and which even at its height was no more than a trivial percentage of the supply chain. Today, conflict diamonds aren't a thing. You couldn't buy one if you wanted to. Next, let's talk about diamond mining's effect on the environment. The elephant in the room is what's called open pit mining, where you dig a big hole in the ground. It's pretty ugly while the mine's operational, but diamond mines have a lifespan, and when the diamonds are gone, the mine closes. And when that happens, regulations now require the companies to restore the land back to what it looked like originally. Diamond mining corporations have become very good at this, and here's an example. The picture on the left shows a diamond mine at full capacity. The picture on the right shows that same mine after it was closed and the land restored. Would that all industries were as socially responsible as the diamond mining companies. Finally, let's talk about the effect of diamond mining on local workers. And this is where I've got to vent. Why? Because the local workers vented on me. First, let's look at the numbers. A diamond miner earns every day a bag of rice large enough to feed him and his family. Okay, stop right there. In West Africa, that's huge. There aren't many jobs available where one person can earn enough money to provide for their family. but a diamond miner can. And if that miner ever finds a diamond, he earns a large bonus. I don't have exact numbers, but I got the sense that it was almost like winning the lottery, at least in a small way. If you find a diamond, you just became rich. Not surprisingly, the miners are very happy with this deal. And honest day labor earns them enough to feed their families. And while working, they enjoy the knowledge that at any moment, they could strike it rich, in a manner of speaking. But wait, it gets better. De Beers, the diamond mining giant, is on track to achieving a ratio of 4 jobs created for every 1 job offered at their facilities. Well, you can see why the people of West Africa love the diamond mining companies. So, far from being exploited, the diamond workers are thrilled with their jobs. Except for one thing. There's one thing they're not happy about. There's one thing they want to see changed, and a political movement has already begun to get it changed. What do they want? Better pay? Better working conditions? Better health care? Nope. They want the southern border with Liberia tightened up to stop all those Liberians from immigrating illegally and stealing all their good-paying jobs in the diamond industry. In brief, they want a wall. What does that remind you of? In summary, the diamond industry is one of the best things that's ever happened to Africa. Conflict diamonds no longer exist. The environment is not damaged after restoration occurs from the mining. And most importantly, diamonds are feeding families and raising the standard of living in Africa. When you buy a diamond, you can also know how much good was caused by the process of mining and cutting it. That sparkly little object is sending back rays of hope for all those who've been positively affected by its journey. For more information on Icecap, how it offers the diamond investor a more suitable structure, I hope you'll contact our sales representative, Tom Cloud, at 912-771-9353, or visit icecap.diamonds. And thanks very much for listening.